Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barcast TV. Today we have a special episode for you featuring a 3v3 between some very high level players. This match was submitted to me courtesy of Inda Club, so shout out to Inda Club, aka Jack Sparrow, representing the AFF team, and can go ahead and introduce the other players spawning on the top right team. We have AFF's Hound and Free for All Time, also known as Chisato. And their opponents spawning on the bottom left side of the map. We have Mighty Sheep playing as the blue pieces, Trash Panda as the cyan pieces, and on the hill here in the corner, last but certainly not least, we have Stardom. So shout out Stardom, congrats on winning that past tournament. Really nice showing, and the map today is going to be played on Theta crystals here, so this map's kind of been growing on me after some time. I know there's like a lot of different strategies and playability. Seems like someone always goes air, so let's take a look at these land factories here, or factories they're going to produce. We have a bot lab, looks like, bot lab, vehicle lab, so no air factories as of yet. What was that? Double bot lab and a land factory, so pretty mirrored builds here so far. It looks like Stardom's calling out. He'll go air, but he's going to get a couple of cons and reses out first. This is going to be interesting to see, something I've been speculating on myself. So we'll see how he ends up getting there. Mighty Sheep just adding on a solar collector. Looks like wind died down here for a little bit, yeah, so you're going to have to contend with that for a moment. See a couple solar collectors out for all these different players. See our first Resbot, which can reclaim these crystals here. They have a lot of energy to give, especially on these wind maps with a little bit higher than average wind risk. So we'll have to see where these players are going to be spending their resources, how they're going to be attacking their opponents. Take a look here. Still no air factory as of yet. See Stardom just continuing to add on wind turbines here, making cons. Just a single grunt out, and I don't see any like early ticks or scouts yet. Just as I say that, we see a couple of rovers moving across the map here. Going to be looking for some economic damage. So while this game's getting underway, just want to say thanks to everyone who's been liking the videos, subscribing, leaving comments. Really appreciate that. Helps the channel grow and improve. So thank you for that, and keep it coming. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see more of on the channel. We've got some plans to make a couple of guides for AV8 matchups, and going to be hosting a 1v1 clinic on the Bar Discord here next Saturday, January 8th, 2024. So if that's something you're interested in or want to help out with, just let me know, and we'll see you there. All that out of the way, we see Mighty Sheep's moving out of his main base with his commander here. On the right side of the map, we have some scout versus scout battles. I see a blitz mixed into this composition, so you really can't take an engagement versus this group of units here. Chisato doing a great job of cornering those rovers from getting a run by there. Really interesting building position. Got an LT on the far right and a commander on the far left, just holding down that lane. So see, Hellhound's gonna maybe lose a couple of grunts. Really nice control there. And we have the classic little early game scuffles going around the map. Nothing too crazy just yet. We'll take a look at these main bases again. Yeah, see, finally Stardom. He's got his first construction turret up. He's reclaimed his initial factory and is going air after making a handful of grunts. Mighty Sheep already has a thug on the front line here. He's going to have to be careful. Instantly gets picked up. This Hellhound's pushing this high ground here. Is this commander in danger here? Just might be. You can at least get a trade off of both of these. Looks like Stardom's units are coming up to help defend this commander. This is really low. Is he going to go down? Ends up going down. Both commanders go down, so really nice trade there. Gonna leave a couple of reclaim fields here, and I'm not sure who's going to be able to get that reclaim from those two commanders. We'll have to check back and see how that ends up getting reclaimed or not. And units are pouring into, I guess, the bottom left side of the map. We kind of have another con go down. We have a few of these grunts slipping by. It looks like Stardom is airlifting his commander up to the front line here. We already have a single Resbot from Inda Club trying to get what metal he can. He's already scooped up about half of it. I think that's going to end up being shooed away here by this commander, and it's going to give that resources or metal to the bottom left team. Have some more grunt run-bys coming through, but these paralyzer drones are going to do what they can do. Stop those from proceeding forward. End up getting picked. One of them gets picked off by those grunts. You don't see them too often. And more run-bys here. I'm going to try and keep up with all this. So you got another con's going to go down for Mighty Sheep here. He's doing what he can to bring these thugs back, but this is a really nice run-by here from Hellsound. Just a couple of grunts here got so much damage. Could zoom out and take a big picture here. Looks like more paralyzer drones coming out. Just going to try and help out his teammates here. Yet more grunts slipping through here, getting just more and more economic damage. And a run by here on the bottom right here. Some blitzes getting past these medium tanks. They're definitely faster, and you got a couple slip by. You got a Janus shot going off, taking out one of those blitzes. Janus is going to get picked off, though. We have another one just trying to head them off here. Stardom doing what he can to help protect his teammates. His single grunt has 6 kills on it. It's more than paid for itself. So cost efficient there, getting a lot of damage on his economy there of Mighty Sheep. That blitz run by is going to be finally dealt with here, and I think all these run bys are finally over. Here, a couple more shots. We see some tanks in the bottom left corner here, attacking these unprotected constructors and mexes here. So these are all going to go down. It's going to be hard to get some units up to this corner here. See some pigs going up here. Teammates talking to each other. They're well aware of how far behind Mighty Sheep is at the moment. So Stardom doing what he can. He's going to be getting a land factory up here. Into club. I think if you knew that was there, you might want to walk up and dig on that, but it's not gonna happen here for a short amount of time. Sheep doing what he can to get his economy back online. Looks like those blitzes in the bottom left were finally dealt with here. Take a look at this front here in the bottom right. This is the more important part of this map, Theta Crystals. We see more units spilling forward for both on both sides here. So grunts on the left side, stouts on the right. Looks like those are going to get pulled back here to their teammates. And yeah, so we see an air scout here for Enda Club. So he moved on to air tech already. He's got a nice eco going. He's got 4 construction turrets, 3 construction turrets, 4 advanced solar collectors queued up. Could take a look at the main base of his opponent here. Stardom's trying to get up his 2nd construction turret. We're going to be seeing some fighters coming out here soon enough, I'm sure, to deal with these paralyzer drones. Here on the hill, we see them stepping forward. They're going to paralyze one of these pounders here. It's going to force Stardom to make an anti-air turret, and we see on the bottom right, Stardom doing a really good job of helping Trash Panda clear out those medium tanks from just out of there. So he's going to bring his paralyzer drones down, and that's, yeah, so we see our first fighter out for Enda Club. He's just doing what he can. I hear some rockets going off. Pounders don't fare too well against those units here. Just Enda Club trying to step forward with those paralyzer drones, but he ends up getting picked off here. This is a really dangerous maneuver, bringing his commander up to this high ground here. Those high ground mexes are actually worth 3 apiece, 3 metal apiece, so really important to get those secured. See another run-by attempt here from Hellsound. It's going to trigger Stardom to come up with his paralyzer drones. I think this run-by attempt is going to get shut down pretty hard here. Yeah, on the bottom, extreme bottom of the map, see a run-by is poised, ready to go. And yeah, finally some fighters are going to come in to try and take out these drones here, so these run-bys can be effective. No anti-air on this side of the map, and all those drones are going to get taken out by the fighters. Nice control there, pulling them back. And this is a pretty sizable army here, starting to amass in the bottom right. You have some Janus out there for both players and missile trucks, so these battles can get pretty swingy. And yeah, Enda Club is being so aggressive with this commander here, dropping him off, taking out some X's. Gotta be really careful. He's behind enemy lines at the moment, but there's not a big standing army to kind of deal with this at the moment, and he's just walking right towards Stardom's main base. How are you going to stop this commander? I'll have to take a look and keep an eye on that, make sure. But there's a big battle going on here in the bottom right side. Both players exchanging missile fire. Nice little wall going up here for Mighty Sheep, denying that run-by attempt on that extreme top side. Hugging the lake here. You have a lot of fighters being built up here, and looks like this bottom left team is going to be spilling over the hill here, but they still have yet to deal with this commander. It's going to take out that construction, and there is nothing to stop this at the moment. I mean, we're just trying to spam up some turrets here at the moment. We see one going down. I don't think this is going to get finished in time. These construction turrets are focusing on that factory here. Nice trade. I mean, you can trade your commander for your opponent's main base. That's not a big deal. That's all the economy here for Stardom. They're trying to do what they can here on the coming off of the hill, holding the team on the bottom right. But yeah, this commander is going to get into the main base. We see 4 LLTs have already finished, so it's going to cloak that commander. Continue walking forward. This is interesting. I actually didn't know that was that effective. He's going to get a D-gun off on one of those LLTs. 3 of them end up going down. Is he going to get the factory? Cloaks his commander again. Takes out the other 2 LLTs and the factory. So this entire main base is going to end up going down here. Commander just finally exploded. It's a really nice trade there. We see a little bit of a push here from Trash Panda in the bottom right. And I want to say bottom left's team has really secured or taken out all these nexus here on the low ground, but we see some pounders stepping forward here, or slowly crawling forward, I should say, kind of shooing this army back up the hill. These resbots can't get their value here. All these, there's like a nice reclaim field here in the center. About 2k mass there. And with air superiority going to into club here, I wonder if he's going to start switching to bombers. Actually, he reclaimed his air factory and has a land factory, just spamming medium tanks at the moment. I think it just might be a few more minutes before they overwhelm their opponent. I mean, this is just a stream of medium tanks coming out on the map. Stardom just has these missile trucks, which don't fare too well. Trash Panda calling out. Someone's going T2. Is that Chisato? He's reclaimed his starting factory. Yeah, and has a T2 factory already out and is making these Mausers here. So he's going to break his opponent. You don't need too many Mausers to really push off a T1 position here. So really nice macro and control from Chisato here. You got up a really large economy and a nice forward factory. I think Trash Panda is kind of stepping forward. I don't know if he thinks he can push into this, right? But he's kind of on a clock at the moment. You can't sit here and get shelled by your opponent. He's switching to scouts here. He's going to try and overwhelm and soak up some of these shots. You can see they end up doing friendly fire to those scouts. Meanwhile, on the hill here, Stardom's trying to hold down the fort, but Into Club and Hellshound are pushing forward. Medium tanks are so slow trying to get up the hill here. Stardom's commander is stepping forward. He's going to get 1 D-gun off. Takes out 2 pounders. 3 of them go down. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, we have more and more of these Mausers coming out. I see some lightning trucks. Lightning tanks, these Jaguars. I think Stardom's team realizes the situation and they're in here. You got a T2 push on the bottom right that can't really be stopped here. So many Mausers are just slowly creeping forward, forcing Trash Panda back. Meanwhile, on the hill here, that factory ended up going down, so do you see some Fiends have made their way out onto the field here? So Mighty Sheep found a way to make it to T2 on his economy. Did a nice job reclaiming those mexes here, but the real threat is these lightning tanks that have slipped through the line here. You're gonna get a lot of eco damage, and I think yeah, the vote passed, so blue team is gonna call it GG here, and that was a pretty interesting 3v3. I like that transition Stardom had, going to air after a bot lab start, but And there's just a lot of good, nice coordination between the red team here. So I hope y'all enjoyed the match, and I know it was kind of a short one, but wanted to bring y'all something a little bit different than what we normally do on the channel. So if you like it, hit the like button, and see you in the next video.